Good day, it is I, Lord Pendlebury, and apparently I've hit the camera. There we go. That looks slightly better. I'm also only joking with this. That stopped fucking working yet again, so who knows why. If anybody understands OBS, please let me know and get in touch. But yeah, this is a very happy and cheerful start to the new season of Evolution Sim Racing, Season 4 of 2024, the final season of the year. Tonight we had the... what did we have? It was a mixed class. It was the AMs in the GR86s and the pros in the 2018 BMW... whatever they are. I don't know. BMWs, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, before we crack on with the highlights, if you would like to come and get involved with Evolution Sim Racing, then please do so. We've got some delightful little reasons scattered down the right hand side of the screen. We've got a website just below me, evolutionsimracing.com. Do come and get involved. But for now then, we will crack on with rounds 1 and 2. Hello then, and welcome to round 1 of season 2024, season 4, at Evolution Sim Racing. We are at Zolder, and if I could get my ducks in a row, I'll bring up that race information for you right now. There it is, Zolder. You can see we are in the evening. Nice moody sky. However, shout out to iRacing and their clouds. They have gone from looking absolutely awful to looking pretty decent these days. But yes, we're at Zolder, a track I have never turned in my life, and I quite enjoyed it, but I know some people didn't. Let's take a look at the grid then. And on pole position was tis I, Lord Pendlebury. He was in first with Jeff Sharp alongside, almost exactly a tenth behind. Jamie Nicholson and Dan Slattery made up the second row of the grid, and you'll notice that Dan Slattery in the off-season has signed for Fuck This Racing. That will become apparent in due course. Chris Hulse, for fuck's sake, I've not changed him to a pro driver yet, but he's qualified in 5th. With James Hurlo in 6th and Steve Moore in 7th. Chris Hulse proving there that he is firmly a pro driver with that grid position. Then leading the way in the AM category, Steve Everson, he was in 1st place with Mickey Dolan in 2nd. Brian Dobb was then in 3rd with Axel Edwards in 4th and Travis Dorado in 12th. Was there anybody else? That is the question. No, there wasn't. It was 12 drivers. So, yeah, let's crack on with the highlights. Oh, that's a lovely little shot to end on. How delightful. Is this where the music ends? Oh, fuck yeah. Well then, we join them at trackside. Now, no doubt Chris Hulse will jump all over the fact that he was listed as in AM, but sorry, Chris, that was a clerical error. Staff member Chef Jarp didn't quite make that amendment in time, but it will be done in time for the second race, hopefully. Now, it looks like Pendlebury's gone at the start of the pro category. Now the pros are in the BMWs GT4s, old GT4s. Let's see how they go through turn 1. Looking nice and neat thus far. Let's take a look at the AMs. Ooh, nice livery, Steve Everson. Things looking nice and tidy thus far in both categories. Let's focus on crashes, and Jamie Nicholson is the unfortunate chap that it focuses on. Takes a look to the inside of Dan Slattery. There is Dan Slattery in the Repsol machine. Into a tricky second chicane here. Oh, and Slattery goes around. Oh, and he's immediately... that will keep the sponsors happy at Fuck This Racing. He's given in after just half a lap. We, for some reason, have cut to a camera that we do not want. We've got Jeff... no, that's not Jeff. That is Brian Dodd and Axel Edwards getting all close. Already spreading out a fair bit in the AM category. Or was that the number 77 car? No, it is Brian Dodd. The ones in this font do look a little bit like sevens. Oh, he's a little bit wide through the first element of the third chicane here at Zolder. Right, let's bring up some race information so we know exactly what is going on. I can't remember where that information is. There we go. I haven't done any highlights for about 2 weeks, and I can't remember what I'm doing. James Hurlow on the outside of Jamie Nicholson here as they sweep round the left-hander. Oh, I've just realised I need to get the track map up. Does anybody know if F1 has ever raced at Zolder? I would be highly surprised, but I'm going to check in my book just in case. Oh dear, that's Jamie Nicholson going round. I've been far too focused on trying to get what's his chops, Chris Hulse into a position where he is showing in the correct category. Where are you? Oh, it sounded like tyre squeals, but I don't think it was. Well, it was, but not enough to send somebody spinning. Mickey Dolan right on the back of Steve Everson here. Why are we not looking at that? Oh, for God's sake, let's stop trying to do that. Where's Mickey Dolan and Steve Everson? Well, there's Steve Everson, and there's Mickey Dolan just ahead. He's looking to partake in the majority of this season, and he is setting his stall out very early doors. He's like, I'm looking for the promotion. I tell you what, though, he has let... No, he hasn't. I got very confused there. There we go. Chris Hulse now showing as a pro driver. Though he has got the red borders around his number, for fuck's sake. Let me go and sort that out as well. Well then, latest news from the Chris Hulse updating thing. I have updated all of the information where I need to. I think I might need to close the overlays and reopen them for his background colour to start showing as blue. But the good news is, Chris Hulse is now definitely a pro driver. Currently running in 4th. That is up a position from his starting grid position as well, showing that he truly belongs. And Brian Dodd looks like he has made a move on Travis Dorado there. Travis Dorado looking like he's a little bit slow out of the corner there, the hairpin. Oh, that's what I was doing. I needed to see if Zolder is in my book of maps. Map of books. What? Yeah, book of maps, I suppose. Oh dear, what's happened to Trav Dorado? He is in the barriers there, and, well, potentially a signing to be made from Fuck This Racing. Dan Slattery already shown why he was signed. Why will it not show me somebody out on track? There we go. That is the battle for the lead in the pro category. That is Lord Pendlebury versus Jeff Sharp. Just 7/10 of a second between them, and they have really checked out of 3rd place James Hurlow. And something has befallen Stephen Everson as well. He is... Wow, Jesus Christ. That is not optimal running configuration there for the Toyota GR86. It may come as a surprise to you. Handling like a shopping trolley. He will make it his way around to the pits. Good outing for the first, well, 7.5 minutes or so for Steve Everson. It's all gone wrong though, and he currently is in last place in the AM category, last place of the runners. Oh Christ, it'll take a slowdown for that. How on earth are you going to get rid of it? And fuck me sideways. Zolder was used. Page 160 in my book, if you are interested. Well, not all of the the turn names are listed in this book. However, the really important one that we want to know, the one that they've just been through, the Boulderberger Spelsbocht. That's the hairpin, if you weren't sure. Oh, the configuration is slightly different these days, I see. The second chicane didn't actually exist when F1 raced here, and just in case you were wondering, they first raced here on the 20th of May 1973, and 10 races were hosted here from 1973 onwards. Oh, fuck me, I thought it was in Germany, but it's Belgium. Gah, every day's a school day. Right, we're nearly 10 minutes into this one, so let's take a look and see how things are going. Well, this is, as we've seen, the battle between Pendlebury and Sharp for 1st place in the pro category. They finished very close together in the standings last season. There was Jeff Sharp running his new livery. Pendlebury also running a new livery. Not that anybody could see it on the night, but Jeff Sharp going for the blue and silver. Almost looks like it's a slight nod to the Need for Speed Underground BMW M3 that was so coveted back in the day by young school kids such as I. Third place is James Hurlow. He cruising around largely on his own at the moment. 8 seconds behind the leaders and 5 seconds ahead of Steve Moore. Here is Steve Moore. Looking for some, he's in some classic BMW colours there. There's Jamie Nicholson. He obviously had a spin earlier. And in a I Love Dutch poster livery. Is that Dutch? Yeah, I suppose. Then Chris Hulse. Oh, he's dropped down the order slightly after some good running early doors. Looks like he's racing as a transformer today. But he's in 6th place, and obviously we can't look at Dan Slattery because the Fuck This Racing man has fucked this and left the race. Sponsors will be absolutely foaming at the mouth at the prospects that they can't repair that car and get it out for race 2. And oh, sorry, there's Mickey Dolan. Hang on. Oh yeah, Mickey Dolan is leading the way in the AM category. And he has got an 8-second lead over Axel Edwards. There is Axel Edwards. Brian Dodd is then in 3rd place. Steve Everson now has his Martini racing car repaired, and then Trav Dorado out of the car as well, so 2 retirements so far in this one. We saw the end of what happened to Steve Everson, and you can see he really chucked it in to the right-hander. Oh, and it's the grass, and then that barrier. Tell you what, it's an absolute miracle we managed to drive that back to the pits. Massive hit there for Steve Everson. Well, for the first time this season, let's play The Biggest Loser. Dun 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 dun. Come up with a jingle for it. That's not me just going dun 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 dun. Wow, where the fuck is it? I've lost it. There it is. Well, as you can see, status quo at the top of the pro category. No positions gained or lost for Sharp and Pendlebury. Biggest winners shared title at the moment for Hurlow and Moore. Biggest loser though, Jamie Nicholson. Well, actually, I suppose it's Dan Slattery. He's down 3 positions and not in the car anymore, so that probably makes him very much the biggest loser. The biggest loser out on track though is Jamie Nicholson. Then in the AM category, biggest winner, Axel Edwards. He's up 2 positions from 4th to 2nd, and then Steve Everson. We saw the catastrophic damage he had. That is minus 3 positions for him, but as said with the pros, Travis Dorado probably the biggest loser as he's not even driving anymore. Dare say the way this race is going, this could be the final update before the end of the race. Depends what Jeff Sharp can do. He is applying the pressure to Pendlebury in this pro category battle, but you can see from the timing tower, nobody is anywhere near anybody else in this race, so yeah, we'll keep monitoring those gaps, but maybe I'll just see you at the end. Ooh, Sharp looking once again. It's a Boulderberger Spellbocht. Sharp very late on the brakes there. Pendlebury gave him a little bit of room, but nothing doing. Rumour has it that he just outbraked himself there. I tell you what, whilst I'm talking, I genuinely think that last chicane is a couple of the greatest corners in racing. I absolutely fucking love them. When you nail it, it's just like mwah, bien. And yes, that was Spanish in a French accent. Well, looks like Jamie Nicholson has been in strife, because that is Jamie Nicholson and that is Chris Hulse. And Chris Hulse has jumped Jamie Nicholson, so I can only assume Jamie Nicholson has had a spin. It hasn't come. I mean, there is a notification that he went back on. He went off track and then came back on track. But actually, in fairness, it was for the better part of 4 or 5 seconds. So yeah, that'll probably be what it is. But yeah, that has allowed Chris Hulse to jump up into 5th place. Not that this race has been particularly boring, but look at Jeff Sharp's braking foot. Not moving at all. Running hacks, I'd say, but I've also looked at Lord Pendlebury's foot. And watch this, his foot just goes through the pedal. Interesting stuff here. Well then, we join Lord Pendlebury as he rounds the Boulder Berghaus Speldbocht hairpin and comes through the Jaggy Xbocht chicane to take the first victory of the season in the pro category. He will be chuffed with that, no doubt. And here is Mickey Dolan celebrating before the line. In fairness, he was just ahead of Pendlebury as Pendlebury crossed the line, so he is guaranteed the win. But he takes that first win of the season. Good to see him running some Evolution Sim colours on the back there as well. It looks like it's going to be his first full season with us at Evolution Sim Racing, and he has really set out his stall. 5.6 seconds, no, that's not right, he's 11.1 seconds ahead of Axel Edwards, continue to extend that gap. Lord Pendlebury won in the pro category. He was 5.6 seconds ahead of Jeff Sharp. Jeff Sharp was very close all race long, but got a couple of slowdowns in the latter stages, and that made it a bit of a crucial line for Pendlebury. It was then 20 seconds back to James Hurlow in third place. Steve Moore was then in fourth, with Jamie Nicholson in fifth, and Dan Slattery in sixth. That's incorrect. Why? I've updated this. Where the fuck is Chris Hulse? Well, Chris Hulse was in fifth place, Jamie Nicholson was in sixth, and then Dan Slattery was 17. That was down in seventh. I'll have a look and see what went wrong there. Chris Hulse, why the fuck off. Chris Hulse, you're not the winner of the AM category. Ignore that. Mickey Dolan won from Axel Edwards. Then it was Brian Dodd with Steve Everson in fifth, and then Travis Dorado in sixth. As ever, we will take a short break, and then we will come back with the feature race highlights. Hello then, and welcome back to Evolution Sim Racing. We are preparing ourselves here for round 2 of the Season 4 2024 season. We remain at Zolder. This time we are having the 45-minute feature race with mandatory pit stop. And that's probably about it for the intro, so let's go and play everybody's favourite game. Guess that livery. And, well, that's not the start. Jesus, they're already moving. This is not going to go well. Let's go to something that might... Oh, fuck me. That's not going to work. Right, okay, let's do something like this. Yeah, there we go. Right, Jamie Nicholson. He is on pole position with Chris Hulse alongside him. We then have... No, who was in that livery? I don't know. But whoever it is, they're next door to James Hurlow. That'll be Steve Moore, I believe. It's then Jeff Sharp, and then race winner from the first race, Lord Pendlebury. Then in the AM category, I believe we have... I don't know, let's see if the blimp's working. No, it's not. It's still not working. There we go. There we go. So we've got Steve Everson in the Martini machine. Alongside him is Brian Dodd. We then have Axel Edwards with Mickey Dolan alongside him. There they are. And yeah, well, I think we're just about ready to go. Now, I usually cut it there, but I think I can do something rather special here. Let's switch back to TV1. Wait for the music to stop. Beautiful. And it's go, go, go! Except for it's not go, go, go because the pace car isn't quite in yet. So maybe I will cut this out, who knows? You might not even hear this bit. Someone's blinking, that's James Hurlow. Now, when will Jamie Nicholson go? Hasn't gone yet, he's gone now though! And Chris Hulse has gone with him, both of them seem to have stolen a march there. Heading down towards turn 1. How will the pack do? Not doing too badly so far. Let's go back and take a look and see what's going on in the AM category. Blimp might be the way forward here, though that might not be the view. Nah, I think this is shit. Let's go back to a TV view. Bit of side-by-side action towards the back there. Is that Pendlebury up the inside of Steve Moore? Jeff Sharp's already got past him. Oh, Pendlebury rear end started going a little bit there. Here is the AM category. All 4 of them. Jamie Nicholson continues to lead the way in the pro category. He has made a good start. Chris Hulse going with him, as you can see there, side by side in the background between somebody and somebody. Steve Moore, no, Jeff Sharp, maybe, who knows, where are they? Fucking hell. Shimmying through the second chicane. Axel Edwards and Brian Dodd side by side there, and Axel Edwards is through on Brian Dodd. Brian Dodd has dropped a couple of positions on this opening lap. Looks like it's getting close between Everson and Mickey Dolan. Mickey Dolan looking towards the inside, opts against it. But Steve Everson has run deep there and loses the rear end slightly there. That holds Steve Moore up a little bit. And that is one lap in the book then, and Jamie Nicholson logs that. And let's bring up some race information then. So Penderbury's got a pretty decent run there, coming out of the final chicane. Heading down towards turn 1, Jeff Sharp is up the inside of Chris Hulse as well. Penderbury looking to go round the outside, and he does make that move stick. Where is Jeff Sharp? Has he made it through past Chris Hulse? Indeed he has. Oh, and Mickey Dolan, something's gone wrong with him. No, he hasn't. He was there. He just wasn't anymore. James Hurlow is now all over the back of Steve Moore. Back in the AM category, Brian Dodd has been on an adventure. You can see there he's dropped off the back of the pack a little bit. Still looking fairly close though at the front of the AM category. We've got there is Mickey Dolan, and there you can see just ahead of him is Steve Everson. That is the battle for the lead in the AM category. That is Chris Hulse applying some considerable pressure to Jeff Sharp, showing that he deserves to be in the pro category. Jeff Sharp, one of the, and I say this through gritted teeth, one of the better and more consistent drivers in the pro category. Almost the Colin Turkington figure of the pro category. Whether you'll see that as a good thing or not, well, remains to be seen. But as you can see, Chris Hulse more than holding his own there, with Pendlebury just behind him as well. Now, Mickey Dolan has closed up that gap to Steve Everson. Here they are, crossing the line. Beginning lap 5. And Everson, I believe, has made a bit of an error, because that gap was over a second. And, well, it's quite clearly now not over a second. And Mick Dolan, the winner of the first race, he'll be wanting to make it 2 from 2 to really rubber stamp his credentials as a potential championship contender this season in the AM category. Only 4 of them racing. They are kind of all championship contenders, but we do have a few absentees this week that we would usually expect, so don't you worry about that. And Pendlebury, by the looks of things, right on the back of Chris Hulse, and, well, he's right up the inside of Chris Hulse then. Up the inside into turn 1, or earst. And through he goes. Now just a second shy of Jeff Sharp, and that is up into the podium positions for Pendlebury. Looks like Hurlow's got a decent run here. Looks to the inside. Steve Moore will look to hang it around the outside. And this is what happened to an extent last lap, but this time James Hurlow gets the move done. Very nicely done, Mr. Hurlow. Have a close-up of your car as your reward. Oh dear, and something has happened to Mickey Dolan in whilst that overtake was happening. Looking at that, he went off track, going off the event logger, and came back after 4 seconds, and that will have been the reason that he has lost the position to Steve Everson there. So he's going to have to try and close that gap back up again, but it's standing at just under 3 seconds. Now we're just getting to that point then where the pro category are coming to lap the AM category. And that is our AM leader, Steve Everson, being passed by Nicholson and Sharp. And you'll notice that Jeff Sharp has closed that gap to Jamie Nicholson considerably. That was well over a second the last time we checked. And I tell you what, Jeff Sharp looking up the inside here. Oh, they're bumping on the straight. And maybe that bump caused Sharp to get his braking in a suboptimal state. But it allowed Jamie Nicholson to duck back underneath him. And what this battling is doing is also allowing, you can see the multicoloured machine of Lord Pendlebury in the background there. He is closing in on this gap. He was also the better part of 2 seconds behind Sharp. But these three have decent pace. This could develop into a tasty little battle. And that is Jeff Sharp diving into the pit lane. It did look like this could be the case. Oh, looks like he might have slammed the anchors on a little bit too much there on the entry to the pit lane. So all of a sudden then, this becomes a pit stop strategy race. There is Jamie Nicholson. Lord Pendlebury just 0.8 of a second behind him. These two now need to really get on it if they want to come out ahead of Jeff Sharp. In terms of fuel, they both probably have 2-3 laps remaining in the tank, so they don't necessarily have to jump just because Jeff Sharp has jumped. But there are all sorts of factors, and you can see one there. Lapping AM category cars. They don't want to battle with each other, don't want to kill their momentum. And well, news just in. Lord Pendlebury has now also boxed. There he is. But he comes through. Where's Pendlebury? Pendlebury leaving his pit stall now. There's the pit speed limit line. He's off. Where's Sharp? There's Sharp. Where's the blimp? There's the blimp. There's Sharp. Where's Pendlebury? I can hear him. There's Pendlebury. Jumps Jeff Sharp in the pit stops. And Jeff Sharp pulls out from behind Pendlebury. Jamie Nicholson still hasn't boxed yet. They go side by side through turn 1. This isn't what you want to be doing, lads. It's going to cost you time. This could hand Jamie Nicholson the lead. Pendlebury looks to switch back underneath Jeff Sharp. Good racing from these two, but it's going to be costing them a heap of time. And Jamie Nicholson is in the pit lane now. I need to stop switching to that camera because it's useless. Right, where is Jamie Nicholson? There's Jamie Nicholson. He is on his way out. You can hear that Jeff Sharp and Pendlebury are there and they are behind him. Question is, will Jeff Sharp be able to do what he did to Pendlebury and capitalise on not doing an outlap? No changes of tyres here, so there won't be a tyre delta to consider. But for the moment at least, the status quo is being maintained. Elsewhere, Chris Hulse currently leads the way in the pro category, but he is of course yet to box. James Hurlow is 8.3 seconds off the back of this battle. Where is... there he is. And Steve Moore, they were originally battling hard, but Steve Moore 23.7 seconds off the back of Hurlow. In the AM category, there is your leader. He has just boxed, and he has got quite a healthy lead now. That's over Brian Dodd. Brian Dodd currently running in second, and then Mickey Dolan, as said earlier, he's had a couple of incidents which has cost him some time. There's another incident that might give him a slowdown. Oh, and will this cause a little bit of chaos? Jamie Nicholson coming up on Steve Everson. Oh, it will. Oh, there's contact, and that is really going to cock things up. Jeff Sharp looks to the outside. Oh, there's potentially a little bit of rubbing as they head into the chicane. Jamie Nicholson somehow manages to keep the lead in all that. Steve Everson will no doubt need to go and change his pants there. 3 raging BMWs breathing down his neck. Sharp forcing Nicholson to go defensive once again as they head into turn 1. Sharp runs quite wide. Oh, Pendlebury slithers round in a bit of a four-wheel drift there. Sharp manages to keep it up the inside of Jamie Nicholson. This could be his moment after 35 minutes of chasing Nicholson down. Jamie Nicholson still hangs it in there, and Sharp eventually gets the job done. A four-corner overtake there from Jeff Sharp. Well done. And that's Jamie Nicholson running out wide in to the hairpin that has so many syllables. It's unreal. And he's got to slow down by the looks of things. Pendlebury around the outside. Oh, Pendlebury. Both of them getting very close to that barrier there. And now Pendlebury will see if he can close that gap that Jeff Sharp has opened up, but stands at 1.7 seconds at the moment. It's going to be a tall order with not long of this one to go. Just a quick check-in then on the AM category then, and that is Steve Everson sending it full beans through the final chicane. Apologies, AM category, that you haven't featured hugely in the highlights, or I don't think you have. I haven't edited it yet, but the gaps are 47 seconds back to Brian Dodd, and then a further 57 seconds back to Mickey Dolan. So the battling is not close as it stands. Wow, that is Jeff Sharp crossing the line. Well, Pendlebury 1.7 seconds back, and then Jamie Nicholson 2.7 seconds back. And there is Steve Everson, comes across the line to take the victory in the AM category. Brian Dodd and Mickey Dolan already crossed the line because they had been lapped at the point. Sharp went across the line, and you can't park there. Starting off with the AM category this time round, Steve Everson, the Big Dicks halfway in racing, takes the victory. Brian Dodd came through in second place, one lap behind Steve Everson. Mickey Dolan, he was led in third place. It did look like at one stage he could have been driving away and collecting his second victory of the evening. Not how it panned out though. Mickey Dolan comes home in third and 2 laps behind Steve Everson. And then Axel Edwards retired 16 laps from the end. Taking a look at the pro final classification then, Jeff Sharp, we saw there, he won that titanic battle with, in particular, Jamie Nicholson, 1.7 seconds ahead of Lord Pendlebury. Jamie Nicholson rounded out the podium. James Hurlow, he was 16 seconds off Jeff Sharp's overall pace, with Chris Hulse then just over a second behind James Hurlow. That gap closed down right at the end. Steve Moore, he got into a bit of strife as that race went on. He finished in 6th place, and he was a minute and 42 behind Jeff Sharp. Well then, let's take a look at the points, and so I've just noticed the reflection just below the point. As you can see, there's a windmill that doesn't exist is spinning in the reflection, so some weird creepy shit going on there. Get an extra assist over to Zolder. Anyway, Lord Pendlebury is leading the way in the pro category. He's on 49 points with Jeff Sharp just 4 points back in second. James Hurlow's then in third on 27 points with Jamie Nicholson just 4 points back from Hurlow in fourth on 23 points. Then it's Steve Moore and Chris Hulse, they're level on 20 points, sharing 5th position, and then Dan Slattery in 6th. Everybody else in the standings has yet to compete this season. Now, taking a look at the standings in the AM class. Mickey Dolan setting his credentials out early doors here. He's on 44 points, 3 points ahead of Steve Everson. That's a big old tree that's got in the way. Then it's Brian Dodd. He's on 33 points with Axel Edwards 3 points behind him in 4th. Travis Dorado's then 20 points back in 5th on 10 points. Everybody else has not yet raced this season. Well then, thank you very much for coming and watching. Your company is appreciated as always. I fucking love this camera angle that I've nailed. What a lovely bush we've just been through. Oh, that's less attractive. Anyway, next week we are racing in the polarising Skip Barbers, and that is at the Red Bull Ring. Expect a draft fest there. But for now, we will catch you later.